Right, so welcome to part 6 of the underground ventilation project that we've got going on. In part 1 to 3 we had this small fan. That was powering the mine, and we ended up looking over to the east side of the mine. But then in part 4 and 5 upgraded to a bigger fan, which you can see on the screen now. But that's also been dismantled, and the fan is now located about 150 metres inside the mine, which you'll see in a second. So I'm just going to show you exactly what we've been doing. So that's the fan there now. That's pushing 20.9% oxygen straight down this mine. Usually on this passage it was about 19, so that's pushing oxygen from outside straight into here. And then what we're doing is directing the airflow straight down this main drive. So we've put these plastic sheets up on the walls here, because on the other side of there, which you'll see on the maps now, is other passages for miles. So we're basically directing the airflow to the back of the mine where no one's ever been. So I'll show you the main junction on the map. So, oh shit. Right, so as you can see on the map now, this is the first junction you get to, and over that way to the left hand side as you come in, but we're right on the map. That's where we spent most of the time in the first 3 videos, travelling down the east side of the mine, I think. But that's all blocked off now. There's no ventilation going down that way now. We are heading straight forward down that drift and seeing how far we can actually go. But all the way down here on the left hand side is air doors all the way down. So I'll bring you back when we get to the point where you can only get to without the fans. See this every time I come in. Blacksmiths. Never gets old. So that's the anvil block on the left hand side. The forge there. There would have been drills on that shelf to the right there. There's an old token there for the horses. 186. There's loads of these in here. Right, so in this point of the mine here, this used to drop down to 16%, and it's where all the sloppy mud is, and then we used to have to run all the way back to the main junction to get some air. But that's the way that we're going today. In this spot that used to be 16 or 15, depending on what the weather was like outside or whatever, the air pressure. But now it's 20.9%, exactly the same as it is outside. Well, like I say, you can't get to much further down here without the fans being turned on. You could probably get to around here where I'm stood now, and then you would literally have to run all the way back whilst the air was dropping. But it's staying at 20.9. The oxygen today is set at 16%. There's parts of this video that were recorded the other day, and the oxygen did drop really bad to about 10.4 at one point. So I had to run, but I'll get down here, make way to that junction, and I'll show you where I am on the map. So I've walked another 60-70 metres from that location where I've just started recording that, and this is the part I want to show you. So through there leads onto the main haulage drift. So it goes at like a diagonal passage to the haulage drift, and then left you wouldn't be able to go. The air would just drop straight below 13, so you would have to turn back and then walk back up the haulage drift that way. So I believe it was number 33. There's like white stones on the haulage drift and it says 33. I got to 38 in this video, but the reason the air's so good here, still 20.9, is because there's air door over there, and then there's air doors all the way along this right side, all the way back to the start of the mine, which is about 400 meters in that direction, maybe 500. So the air's blown straight down this, can't go anywhere else. You usually can't get on this side of the mine, but what I'll do is I'll go and have a look straight ahead, because I know that the oxygen's 20.9 down there now, so we'll go and have a look down there. So that's the most recent air door there, and that's on the east side of the mine, so there's no air going over that way now. I'll go look down here. So these brick walls here on the left hand side, these would have been done by the miners. That would then lead to the haulage drift on this side, but they've blocked it up for airflow. So we're going to go on that side shortly. So this section here has not been down this section before, not been able to get here. And then there's, don't know what this is. Mate, it looks like a water canister or something. Or is it a pan? I don't know. Put it there. Yeah, it's a water canister. And so on this section it's 20.2 oxygen. It didn't used to be 20.2. It used to be non-existent until just now, when another air door's been put up. So see how far this goes. It's 20.5 now. So parallel to this passage, you could never ever get down. And you can see here there's no footprints whatsoever in this section of mine. So I don't know when the last person was in here, this part. The problem is, it goes to water. Like this is the timbers in here, look at this. That is literally, this is not on the wall, this is actually on the floor. And that stinks of shit now I've done that. That's deep, that and all. If you want to go wading through that and just to get to that collapse, like.
Oh, what's after the collapse? Or?
Look at all these on the sides. It's on 13.5 now. No, going down drastically. That way goes to the blacksmith. But there's an old clay pipe there, smoked by the miners. We're back on the shelf. But yeah, as you can hear, can't breathe properly, so gonna head back now. Right, so that's where we've come from. If you go back through there, you get to the blacksmith shop, and this is the door that you usually get 12%. So now there's a air door there. It's not attached to anything, so if anyone comes down here, they can move it out of the way. but that is pushing the air down the haulage drift down there. So I'm going to see how far I get, see if I can get to the haulage drift junction. It's 14.6 now. $14.3. Taking it really slowly here. $14.2. $13.3. So the junction, the haulage junction's right there, but it's 13%. And that way goes off, and that's number 38. Collapse there. I can't go too far here. When it comes to tonne timbers, so that looks like the main haulage there. So there's a charge for the explosives. I've never seen one of those before.
Packed in.
Oh yeah, there's some glue at the top where it was packed in. That's quality. So that's where we want to go down there. Not today. With that air door being there, that's actually gave me enough air to get down there and then run to get a short video of what's down the haulage drift. But can't actually go down the haulage drift just yet because the airflow isn't as strong until we put the extra fan in. So another fan's going in. Don't know if you saw at the start of the video, there's only one fan. So we're going to put another fan in and hopefully push the air down there. Right, so this is the next day of coming in this mine. When I got to here last time, I had to turn round. The air had dropped so bad. This is where it was 10.4. This over here is the main haulage drift. The air is a little bit better. But the mine isn't. Look at that slab. Jesus. Charlie, watch that. Watch that timber there. It's held on by nothing.
What?
The one on the left. So this is where it was 10.4. 15.
15, okay. Wow.
So there's the right there in front of us is the junction. It goes off to the right. So the main haulage is bricked up.
Just looking disappointment. There's a lot of stuff there, look. Newspaper.
Yeah, so that would be the main haulage drift there, but it's blocked. So that explains why the bad air's down there.
Yeah, that's over.
Look at this.
Full insulators. There's all sorts, look. Pots all over. Check out that one.
Just having a closer look here.
Only everyone packed one of them off, haven't they?
Yeah, so the main haulage drift would be through there. I don't know why they've blocked it up. I imagine that was some junction because there's no one at N. But there's nothing much left of that sign now.
Sign?
Yeah, it is ON, so I imagine it's a junction.
Coming?
Down there. Did you put these rocks here? These?
About?
Did you put them here?
No, what the hell? Bottle.
There's an old bottle with a cork in. So under here,
That.
yeah, there's a ton of artefacts.
I found it in.
And then this on the right hand side here is an old lantern. I'll be alright with that, just dig it.
Yes.
So that's a buried powder tin there. Let's say this here is a lantern. But I wouldn't bother trying to dig that out because it will break. That's just near the bottle. So these are some old bottles here. E. Harper. And this one says white. Hold on. White Bead and Company Limited, London. I don't know what that is. It looks like some kind of bloody deer. So Charlie's found all these in this area. There would have originally been a cart here as well, because there's the buffer plates for the bottom of the carts. I think that one's a water jug, and that's a powder flask. And that's a powder tin. So this bottle here that was found next to that lamp, just opened it, and it's actually oil. Well, it smells like kerosene. Is that what it is? Kerosene.
It was, yeah.
So there's the oil, and there's what's left of the lamp.
All the screws and that there.
So there's the lamp there that was dug out just to the right here. It's a different lamp to the one that you see on the screen. The one that you see on the screen's on this drift, but through that wall. And in that bottle there is like oil or fuel for that lamp. It's actually full as well. So we were just stood here at this old wall, and miraculously the wall has fallen in on the left hand side. Very strange, never happens in a mine, it's just literally just fell through. So I'm going to have a look through here. Very strange, I wish I caught that on camera. Oh. 14. Been here before.
Yeah. And this one. Here are only way out getting lower. Hey, quick. Try.
Yeah, so that's the top of the what was drift. So this is on the roof. So it's definitely not a happy part of the mine. We'll go a bit further. I think we've come. Oh shit, look to the left.
Flooded. When you get to that junction. All right, Peter.
Here we go.
Where is it?
Oh, here we go.
I'm
It's all collapsed. Yeah, I'm not surprised at the fucking pressure on this roof. So that one's collapsed there. Yeah, I thought we'd get to this. Flooded.
Oh, Pete, there's a big pillar that's diverts everything. Look down. Peter, look down. There's a big pillar. Look.
Ah, there. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. So right in the distance there, as you can see, there's another pillar. Diverts to the right. That has to be the haulage junction on the main one. Don't think we're going to get down there though.
Is this the end of the mine where it's flooded to the roof?
It's fairly flooded, yeah. So the air's 15.1 in this section here. Not a single footprint. Haha. That's hilarious. Mine looks to be flooded straight through. But this is the actual junction, because there's the right turn there, and the other right turn is there. Need to head back. 12.2. That size of the shovel head on it. Can I get a